We're Nicki and Carlo and we live in Positano, Italy, except we also just bought a house in Tuscany, which we're currently renovating, so we live there too. Join us as we turn this house and olive grove into a dream home and get to grips with living in two different parts of Italy. We've just spent some time in the UK with family and friends, and now we're driving back to Italy through France. We stopped the first night in Honfleur, and now we're driving along the coast. We're in Normandy. We're in a place that neither of us can pronounce, but I'm going to try. Arromanche Les Bains, I think is how you say it. And we are on the coast where the D-Day landings happened, and we're going to have a look around. We're visiting 3 or 4 places today. We're going to take you with us, but right behind us here there's a little installation that I want to show you that I find really touching.
Sì, mi sono impressionato molto a sentire, a leggere di questa storia di quest'uomo. Fa riflettere tanto questo.
Yeah, and all there's little pictures all the way along the pathway here with photos, and you can see as it was then and as it is now. It's really touching.
Sì, una cosa che mi sento di dire è come mai, nonostante tutte queste cose sono successe più di 70 anni fa, e anche più recentemente e anche più lontano, non impariamo, continuiamo a fare guerra, continuiamo a sparare, continuiamo a ammazzare, io non so, siamo dei pazzi.
So this is the D-Day 75 garden, and it was commissioned in 2019, which would have been the 75th anniversary of the Second World War. This year we reached the 80th anniversary. And I did a little interview with my dad on the other channel where he talked about life as a child being evacuated from London during the war. This is a sculpture of Bill Pendle at 97 years old. He sits in uniform with his medals, looking across at his 22-year-old self about to land on Gold Beach on D-Day. Four more sculptures show other soldiers wading through the waves to get to the beach. The soldier sculptures are made of welded washers and are haunting to see, as you can see the soldiers, but at the same time you can see right through them. This was originally designed as an anti-aircraft gun. It was turned into the most famous German anti-tank gun due to its accuracy, handiness and efficiency. This weapon was designed by the Krupp factory engineers.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
No, sta facendo di nuovo la scema, guarda.
Arromanche played a vital role in the D-Day landings of June 1944. The Allies built an enormous floating harbour here, known as Mulberry Harbour, which allowed ships to unload troops, vehicles and supplies directly onto the beaches because there were no natural ports. Huge concrete sections are still visible out at sea, and they were towed across the channel from England and assembled off the coast in just a matter of days. This temporary port kept the invasion supplied until the main French ports could be captured. It was a key factor in the success of the Normandy landings. We're just walking down to town, but look at this beautiful little mini chateau with a sea view. It is stunning. It's just on this road here, overlooking the sea. The town's just down there. Perfection.
Quello che volevo dire è che tutte queste strade, in molti posti dove siamo venuti in Francia, ce l'hanno tutti questi fiori dappertutto. È anche da pensare che qualcuno li viene a annaffiare, altrimenti sarebbero già secchi da tempo. E sono tutti bellissimi. I francesi, lo devo dire, sono molto molto meglio di quello che pensano gli italiani, quindi questo è un applauso a loro, bravi. avevi visto? Questo pezzo è piccolissimo. Quando dicono che gli italiani sono dappertutto, devo dire che è proprio vero, perché andando in giro sia in Inghilterra che qui fino adesso sento parlare in italiano ogni 2 minuti.
It's true. Thinking about it, I expected that this place would be flooded with English, and I thought I would hear English people everywhere. I haven't heard many at all. I've heard Italian everywhere. Literally every second person that walks past seems to be Italian, but I haven't heard much English. Very strange. I thought on this part of the coast it would be more English visitors because it's so close to England. It's so easy to get across by ferry.
Ma magari senti parlare di più in italiano perché noi parliamo tanto e parliamo anche a alta voce.
Yeah,
diciamo.
but I still have that radar in me that I hear an English voice and I hone in on it, and I haven't been hearing them.
Olli si è stancata, piccolina. Ovviamente abbiamo lasciato la borsa in auto. Ovviamente abbiamo lasciato anche i costumi in auto.
I costumi?
Sì, per fare il bagno.
What's that got to do with Holly being tired?
No, potevamo fare il bagno.
Okay.
On our way back to Honfleur, we stopped in Kaborg for a walk along the beach. We'd heard that parts of the beach were dog-friendly, but we parked near the centre and it turned out the dog-friendly stretches were right at each end, and the beach is 4 kilometres long. Kaborg itself is an elegant seaside resort full of old Belle Epoque charm. There's a sense of faded grandeur from another era, with grand villas lining the seafront and a lively main street packed with shops and cafes. I have found the perfect brioche for Carlo because it is actually bigger than his head. Please! Amazing!
Metti la mano vicino così si capisce.
They're huge! They've got a whole load of them there. We've left Honfleur and we're driving slowly to our next destination, stopping along the way to see some little pretty villages. We've decided
Tra
to...
500 metri alla rotonda, prosegui dritto per rimanere su D675.
Dobbiamo sapere dove dobbiamo andare.
We've decided to not take the motorway and pay the tolls so that we get to drive through like real towns and real inland France.
Yeah, because we stay in a not real city.
No, I just think that when you're driving along the motorways, you miss a lot. I mean, you don't see anything interesting at all. So
I'm joking. I'm just joking.
For me, it's much more interesting to take the slightly longer route and just get to see a bit of real life France. And we were just saying how well kept everything is, no? È tutto pulito, tutto...
Yeah, è tutto veramente tenuto bene. E devo dire di nuovo molto meglio che in Italia, anche se è brutto dirlo, però è vero, è più bello qui.
I tried to say that the other day and you told me I wasn't allowed to say that.
Sì, lo so, perché se lo dici tu sei inglese, poi ti danno addosso perché tu, siccome non sei italiano, dici ma perché parli male dell'Italia, non sei nemmeno italiano.
Okay.
Io sono italiano, non vuol dire che posso parlare male dell'Italia, perché non è questo lo scopo, non è quello il punto.
Yeah.
Ma qui è più curato nei posti dove io ho visto in Italia e quindi dei posti dove io ho visto in Francia.
It's true, even though I'm not allowed to say that. Even though I've lived over half my life in Italy, I'm not allowed an opinion on Italy, but that's fine.
It is just my experience. Sicuramente qualche persona che vive nel nord Italia o comunque in un posto curato potrà dire no, ma non è vero, noi, che ne so io, a Rimini è tutto bello e tutto pulito. Io non lo so, non ci sono mai stato, quindi parlo dove sono stato io in Italia, dove sono stato io in Francia, è meglio la Francia, punto.
Anyway, we're going to visit a little village now called Le Bel Hell. Oh, I've forgotten the name. The Bel Hell. The Bel Hell. Whatever it's called, I'll write it here somewhere. It's supposed to be, I think it won an award for one of the prettiest villages in France, so it should be nice to have a look at. We've just arrived in Bec Hellouin, a village officially named one of France's most beautiful, and walking through it you can see exactly why. It feels almost unreal here. A gentle stream by the roadside, timber-framed houses in soft pastels, and climbing roses and hydrangeas spilling around each doorway. Wow, we've literally just walked into the edge of the village. It's stunning.
Questo posto è davvero bellissimo, è una gioia per gli occhi.
It's peaceful here, not at all overrun by tourists. From the village green, a quiet pathway leads you under trees up to the majestic Abbey Notre Dame du Bec. Founded in the early 11th century by a knight-turned-monk named Hellouin. The abbey quickly became a major spiritual and intellectual centre. Though it endured hardships, it was burnt and repurposed during the Revolution, even used as a military barracks. Monastic life was restored in 1948 and Benedictine monks returned to live and work here once more. Today, the abbey is a quietly living monument. Its centuries-old buildings and cloisters exude peace, and the monks there still make candles and ceramics that you can find in the little shop nearby. This town is a bucolic heaven. It is the perfect quintessential country village. It's very medieval, very, very pretty. It's very, very well cared for, flowers everywhere, really beautiful. And what comes to mind is a book I read a couple of years ago that is in it's in my list of my top 10 favourite books. It is Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, which recounts the story of Shakespeare's wife, well, from his wife's point of view and his son's point of view. And it just described the medieval bucolic period so well. And this is it. I've found almost what I feel like is the setting of the book, which hopefully one day will be made into a film. Driving for about 3.5 hours, and in that time the temperature has gone up 11 degrees. It was 21 degrees when we left this morning. It is now 32 degrees.
Yeah.
We're back in hot country. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Are you happy? You were complaining about the English weather?
Maybe. So sorry. Io preferisco il sole. Non sono d'accordo quando fa tantissimo caldo, però se c'è il sole fa anche più caldo.
Yeah, it depends where you are.
Giusto,
Yeah,
se sei al Polo Nord. Se sei al Polo Nord e c'è il sole, magari fa meno 10 gradi, però c'è il sole.
Yeah, it looks like it's getting hot everywhere in Europe in the next few days. But yeah, it's going to take a while to get used to it again. Ooh, it was so nice and fresh before.
Dai, io sono felice.
This morning we're in a town called Semur in Auxois, and it is a beautiful, really beautiful medieval town. And we've been incredibly lucky to find this little walkway along the river open. It's only open on Saturdays and Sundays, and today's Sunday, so we're extremely lucky that we found it. And it's a beautiful, beautiful pathway on the other side of the town from the little medieval centre, where there's also a Sunday market, where we're going to go back and buy lunch later, but it's really, really pretty. Let me show you. So these gardens are about 2.5 hectares, he said, which would be about 5 acres of land, and they were abandoned since the 1940s, and basically they have been restored over the last 5 years. The guy said that it was a COVID renovation project. Just looking at the details, look at the railing. That is amazing. Old battered railing. It looks perfect here. Hai notato il ringhiere com'è?
Sì, ma anche notato questo è granito.
Sì.
Incredibile. È bellissimo. Hai chiamato mamma? E Nicki sta parlando con mamma adesso.
So we've been in this village for probably about 2 hours already, I think, and the whole time we've been here we've been searching this one spot which we saw and wanted to find to get a photo because it is stunning, and we have literally walked around the whole village. We've been across the bridges, we found parks that we thought it must be this one, it wasn't that.
We found everything
Except what we were looking for.
this place.
And last minute I was like, let's just go down this leafy little alleyway, it looks pretty, and it led down a load of steps and I found what I was looking for. Finally, let me show you what I'm looking at right now. I'm just going to turn the camera around. This is what brought us to this village, this view here. Isn't it beautiful? Very, very medieval and lovely. And the further I walk away from the bridge, the prettier the view gets. And if you're interested, that house is for sale. Wow. It is so pretty and so peaceful. I thought it would be swamped with tourists here, but it's not. Would you live in a house like that? I think I would, definitely. This is the room that we have woken up in this morning. Rather grand. Anyone know where we are? Good morning. We are in a chateau. We've come to visit Amy and Marc from Chateau de Rosières. I'll leave the link to their YouTube channel below here. This is our third visit here actually. We've been once about 3.5 years ago, and we came together and it was December, it was just before Christmas, and it was really, really cold. And then I came again with Indy when I drove to England by myself. And now we've come back. It's sort of en route, so it's quite a nice place to stop, and we all hit it off really well. Marc and Carla get on really well. Marc lets Carla use his digger. Me and Amy get on really well. We chat about all sorts of things, and it's a really nice place to come and just have a break from the driving. So we've been here a couple of days already actually, and we've just taken it calmly and relaxed. It's very, very hot here. There is a heat wave that's sweeping across Europe at the moment, and it was 36 degrees yesterday here. I thought it'd be cooler because we're quite high up. We're about 500 meters above sea level here, so I thought it would be a bit cooler, but it's not. And it's very, very hot, so we're just taking it very, very calmly and quietly. Yesterday we went down to the local river to have a little paddle, but there wasn't much water left. It had almost dried up. Anyway, today it's Amy's birthday, so we've all got some presents for her, and Marc and the kids have been baking a cake, and we will sit down and have some lunch with them. And I think tomorrow we're going to head off and drive straight home from here. It's about 8 hours, 8.5 hours, so we're going to do it in 2 parts. We're going to drive for about 4 hours, stop, have a big break, a big walk, some lunch, and then get home.
Good morning everywhere. I want to show you what we bring for breakfast this morning. I don't know the name in English, even in French, but in italiano this is a big girella, questa è una frusta, e questi sono croissant, very big. Bon appétit!
Marc and Amy bought the chateau for the land. They are incredibly passionate about restoring the old gardens, orchards and a working farm to its 17th century glory after decades of destructive forestry ruining it. They have their work cut out, as the chateau has over 130 acres of historic land. You can follow along on their 2 channels, the Chronicles of Chateau de Rosières and the Lost Gardens of Chateau de Rosières. They haven't posted for a while, but they reassured me that they do have some new episodes coming soon that they've been working on.
And I convinced them to take another one.
So my dad is known as the jam king of Cobham. He makes so much jam, it's ridiculous. And he picks blackberries all around the countryside and makes jam and gives it away to everybody. He's got about 5 kitchen cupboards ram-pack full, and we're scared they're going to bring the house down because of the weight of them. So
amazing.
this was literally made last week.
Black cherry jam. Wow.
And
Top
they
present.
both
The
sellers
Orient
cancelled
Express
the order.
in Lego.
And so by the time, he put that.
No, but the
it's
Orient
Chatau.
Express is one of my dreams.
Yeah.
I think for my 50th, I would like to go on the Orient Express.
Yeah, it's not good idea.
That's in a long time.
Yes, many years away.
Are we going to make it now?
So I was wondering what I got, because this morning, was it her? The closest she came to telling me was, I want to play with your present this afternoon.
Oh, you.
Oh, thank you. Cutie pie, thank you so much, everybody. Did you make this with Papa?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't make it.
What are you doing, Nicki?
I'm fulfilling one of my long time dreams. My dream has come true. I have always wanted to raise Angora rabbits and just sit and brush them as the sun goes down. And I've got the most beautiful grey Angora rabbit on my lap. What's his name?
This one's Baby Bum Bum Flower.
Okay.
The other one's called Boing.
So I've got Baby Bum Bum Flower on my lap, and it is the softest thing. And he's very nicely letting me brush him, get all the tangles out.
I think the dog's jealous.
I think the dog might be a bit jealous. We've put Indian Carlo...
Indian Carlo! Does Carlo like to chase rabbits as well?
Indy and Holly have been taken away by Carlo so that I can do this without them getting jealous. It's all right, little one. I haven't quite seen his face yet.
No, you try to find its eyes.
But
I'm just going to see the setting you're in. I mean, ignoring all the toys littering the ground, you actually do have a chateau, a rose plant and the sunset behind you.
I mean, what more do you want in life? Amy has everything that I want. Angora rabbits, chateaus, vegetable gardens, baguettes, great pastries in the morning.
And what temperature has it been today, Nikki?
It's 36 degrees.
And do you think that rabbit was happy to be in 36 degree
Well,
heat?
he was in shade, so hopefully he's just been very calm and quiet, and now he's going to feel a little bit better if we can get some of this fur off him. Are you going to make an Angora sweater with this?
Well, I think it may take me several years to get enough Angora fur off my two rabbits,
Yeah.
but I am keeping it, and I am hoping to get a spinning wheel and learn to spin.
Really?
Well, yep. That was my promise for Christmas, wasn't it, Mark?
No, your dream. You would love it, Mama.
I would love it, wouldn't I?
To do jumpers first.
To make jumpers for you, all soft.
Yeah.
We could just take the skin of the rabbit and... No, I'm joking! I'm joking!
Mama, I there.
Did you find its eye?
Not really.
Have this brush.
Oh, there's one. There's a little eye. Would you like to
Oh, hello, baby bonbon flower.
There's a dreadlock here.
I need to get the clippers, don't
Mama, do
I?
you want me?
There's a couple.
Mama, do you want me to get the trailer of my tractor to put the wool in it?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, the
Oh.
fur that you
Clement's got a collector for the fur.
put all the fur that you have in here.
Don't miss Wednesday's video on our midweek channel Aperitivo 50, where Mark sets some tasks for me to carry out. Thank you for watching.